Okay guys, I just want to take a few minutes of your time just to highlight something really important that's coming up. As a local church, being part of Relational mission, a wider apostolic family is really, really important to us. It's a key value. Not only are we massively blessed by being part of something bigger, but we can also be a massive blessing to the wider church and the advance of God's kingdom. And so at this time of year, we normally take up an offering towards the work of Relational mission to help kind of further the plans that God has got for us together as churches. Obviously at the moment we're not able to meet together in the usual way and do the usual offering, but that still is happening. So in a minute Mike Betts is just going to kind of talk you through what the offering's about, how you can go about giving and why it's so important. So take a look at this video, and please at the end of it there's a giving page that you can go to. Let's follow the link, let's be generous, and let's see what God wants to do through us.
Over recent years, we've felt God speaking to us from Isaiah 54 about lengthening and strengthening of cords. By this, he was talking to us about being prepared for new adventures, new expansion of the gospel, bringing the gospel to many people, planting churches as a result, seeing God break out in the communities we live in. We had a coverage conference 2 years ago in London, which was a conference to kind of get us ready for that and to say, yeah, we're ready to take real risks for God when he asks us to do that. And we were due to be back there this May for The Call, which was a missions and leadership conference aimed at the next step of calling us into the things that God wants us to do. Now that's had to be cancelled obviously because of the coronavirus pandemic, but what hasn't been cancelled is the essential call of God that we were responding to. And so we still feel it's right to be obedient to what God is asking us to do. The vehicle of delivery may have changed, the conference, and maybe other things will change in the future. But the essential thing that God has asked us to do, we believe is as live and as relevant and as real today as it was when we believe he first said it to us. So what we'd like to ask us to do as a family of churches, every individual in each church, is to simply present ourselves in response to the call, which was the heart of it, and to say, Lord, what would you have me do for you in this season ahead? To present ourselves firstly ready and willing for God to use, to give our time, to give our talents into what will be huge need that emerges in the coming months and years. The gospel is never more needed than it is today. And also we were going to take up an offering together to bring our resources to help apostolic mission expand into the places and amongst the people that God wants us to engage with. We still believe it's right to do that. But in the same way as the disciples, when Jesus said to them, will you feed this crowd? The disciples said, well, we've got this. And they brought what they had. It was a costly offering, but they brought what they had. And it seemed insignificant for the vast need before them. But Jesus took it as they gave obediently and in faith. Jesus took it and he used what they had to feed a multitude. I believe he'll do the same thing for us. So we're going to take up an offering around the same time frame that the conference was due to be on. And I want to encourage you, let's give by faith what we have and trust God as we give ourselves and our resources and our time into the future. God will begin to fulfill the call that he's spoken to us.